What's happening, guys? It's Shane here. Very quick video for you guys today. Basically, what I'm going to be talking about is which colleges you need to avoid. Number one type of college you want to avoid is going to be the online for-profit university mills. Now, I don't want to name anyone specifically on this channel because I don't want to subject myself to like getting sued or anything like that, but you know, it's been in the news. All you have to do is type in sketchy online for-profit schools. A list of them will pop up. It's very easy for you to Google this yourself if you want to do it. But basically, these online for-profit university mills will put you into programs where you're basically, the degree that you get is not going to be respected by any hiring manager or business owner. If they see that you graduated from that university, they are going to throw your resume in the trash can. It might even be better for you to not have any degree at all than to have a degree from one of those universities. On top of that, they are relatively expensive as well. Now, first of all, right off the bat, you want to make sure that the school is accredited. So make sure that it's accredited by the US Department of Education, but this is honestly like the bare minimum. There have been schools that turned out to be kind of scams later on, especially the big ones that made the news. Because they ended up, having a settlement with people, and those schools were actually accredited. So just because a school is accredited doesn't mean they still aren't a scam or a semi-scam. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you a resource that in my opinion is a lot more reliable. It'll tell you whether a college is a good value or not. The next one on the list is going to be overpriced liberal arts colleges. So a lot of these liberal arts colleges are ridiculously expensive. Some of them are even more expensive than Ivy League schools. And they claim that you're going to have an amazing alumni network and this and that. And, maybe if you live in a certain area, you might be able to take advantage of that alumni network, but usually it just is not going to pay off for the average person. On the same note, another one that's not worth it is going to be overpriced private universities. Because of the fact that they are private universities, they have that private university status, they can then charge you a lot more than something like a public school or a state school. And again, data shows that you're not really going to make all that much more going to these universities on average than you will just going to a state school. And it costs way, way more, sometimes like 2 to 3 times as much. So your return on investment, the ROI, is just not going to be there. The next one on the list is going to be colleges with a bad reputation. Now, this one's a little bit more difficult to explain, but basically, like some of the clients I've worked with, for instance, there's one school in particular that I'm thinking of when this pops into my head. Not going to say who they are, but a lot of the time they will actually cause people to graduate with a degree that should take 4 years in 6 to 7 years instead. And they do this, in my opinion, on purpose because they make more money. So they basically just needlessly make it incredibly difficult for you to finish your degree in that 4-year track. If you aren't on top of everything, taking extra classes every semester, getting really good grades, whenever the classes pop up, like on the very first day, you're waiting there like to get into the class so that you can actually take that class in the right semester. And then of course you have to take this class before you take that class, and then that class before you take this other class. So they make it very difficult for you to finish your degree on time, and it should be a type of degree that you should be able to finish on time relatively easily. There's also schools out there that will kind of overcharge you. So for instance, when you're comparing like the cost of different schools, it's better, in my opinion, to go to a school that has a block rate rather than a credit rate. So a block rate is basically where they're going to charge you a certain amount for a semester, and whether you want to take like 13 credits or 18 credits, you're going to be paying the same amount. Whereas a credit rate, if you are an overachiever and you want to take extra credits, you're going to have to pay a lot more. And I think just in general, colleges that aren't very supportive of their students, right? So colleges that don't help their students find a career afterwards. They don't have a very good career center. Now, the only way for you to figure out whether your college is going to be one of those is to, first of all, try to do a lot of research online. There are rankings for colleges online. Those can be kind of helpful. Talk to people who actually went to the college. But I think a really good resource is collegescorecard.ed.gov, right? So this is basically, I'll have it pop up on the screen, College Scorecard. It's a website that was created by the government to kind of help people evaluate which colleges are doing a good job, which colleges are worth it. So it's always a good idea to look up your college that you're thinking about attending on College Scorecard. It's going to give you a lot of different metrics, right? So University of Washington, for instance, is a college that scores very high on here. 83% graduation rate, that's fantastic. you'll see some of the colleges on here have like a 20% graduation rate or a 30%, which is not good. Average annual cost, $13,000. That's not bad. You can even look stuff up by the field of study. You can look up like how much people make if they graduate with like an astrology degree versus an architecture degree or an engineering degree. Comments, criticisms, etc. that you have on the video, and I will see you next time.